Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another tutorial, and today we are going to create a next level border animation. So let's have a look on what we are going to create today. So we are going to create this awesome looking border animation using only HTML and CSS. I had explained every single step, so make sure you watch the tutorial completely. And if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, what you guys are waiting for? Just go and hit that subscribe button. I regularly upload these kind of awesome tutorials. And by the way guys, this YouTube channel is in collaboration with Newton School. You can check out their website. The link to their website is in description. And also let's check out what exactly is Newton School.
Let's see about what is Newton School. So Newton School is a platform which prepares you for your career in tech. It has courses designed for working professionals, freshers and even people with no tech background. That means even if you are from a non-tech background, you can also join this platform and can make your career in tech. Newton School will first train you for 6 months and will help you become an amazing full stack developer. Now you might be thinking whether this platform is free or not. So let me tell you a cool thing, that you don't have to pay Newton School anything until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. I repeat guys, you don't have to pay Newton School anything for the 6 months full stack developer training until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. And I think this is something that all of us should expect from any training program. So must check out their website for more information. I will provide the link in description. Now on their website you can see they have something called the Launchpad. So Launchpad is basically an initiative taken by Newton School for people who want to start their coding journey from scratch, and that too absolutely free of cost. This video of mine will be also available on the Launchpad section. You can go there anytime and you can learn basics of programming languages, you can practice quizzes and even you can do assignments. These all things are completely free to do. So now let's start coding our border animation. Okay, so I had opened the output here. So you can see we have to create this border animation. So for the markup, basically let's create the button using the anchor tag. Since I want it to be a link button, so I will use the anchor tag for creating the button. I will give it a class of, let's say, btn, and I will write hover me inside it. Okay, and also in the markup we will need 4 elements to basically create the pseudo border. Okay, so we will create a fake border so that we can animate it. So I will use 4 span elements to create the 4 sides of border. Okay, so we will create border by these 4 elements. Okay, so we will create a fake border. So now let's style our button and create the border animation using CSS. So let's first center our button within our body tag. So I will target the body tag and I will give it a height of 100 VH, and I will use the flex method to center our button within our body tag. So I will write justify content center to align our button horizontally center and align atom center to align our button vertically center. Also let's give margin 0 to remove the default margin given by the browser. Now let's give some stylings to our button element. So I will target the button using the .btn class and let's give some stylings to it. I want the font family to be Helvetica. I want some spacing inside the button element, so I will use padding, and I want 20 pixel padding from top and bottom and 60 pixel padding from left and right. Also I don't want this underline, so I will give none to our text decoration property. So you can see the underline is removed. I want the color to be hashtag E26A2C. Okay, and also let's give it a border of 2 pixels solid, and you can see we got our border. Okay, so basically if you will leave the color part in the border shorthand, so it will take the color from the color property. Okay, now let's start creating our pseudo border. So I will target all the span element inside the button element, and I want to position them in relative to our button element. Okay, so I will give position absolute to span and position relative to our btn element. So I will write position relative here, and also I want their background color to be same as we have the color. Okay, so I will copy and paste it here, and now let's target the span individually and style them to create the fake border. Okay, so I will target the first span child. So let's target the first span child using the first child pseudo class, and what I want is basically I want the width to be 100%. So basically the first span child will be this side of border. Okay, so look at my cursor, we are creating this part of our border. Okay, so we are creating the top border, so we want the span element to get 100% width, and for the thickness of our border we will give it a height. Okay, so you can see we will create a border with thickness of 2 pixels, so I will give 2 pixels to our height, and now you can see we got our one side of the border. So let's position it where our top border is. So I will write the position, that is left 0 and top 0. Okay, so you can see we got our first side of our fake border. Now let's create the second side. So I will target the second span child. So I will use the nth child pseudo class. I will write nth child, and we want to select the second span child, so I will write 2 inside nth child. Okay, so we are going to create the right border. So this time I want the height to be 100%. Okay, so you can see we want 100% height, so I will give 100% to our height, and for the thickness we will give width of 2 pixel. Okay, so now you can see we got another side, and let's position it at the place of our right border. So that is 0 from right and 0 from top. Okay, so you can see we have placed our right border also. Now let's create the third side, that is the bottom border. So I will target the third span child. I will write 3 here, and again we want width to be 100%. So I will write width to be 100%, and for the thickness I will give height of 2 pixel. And now let's position this element in the place of bottom border. So the position is basically 0 from bottom and 0 from right. Okay, now let's quickly create the fourth side of our fake border. So I will target the fourth span using the last child pseudo class, since the fourth span child is also the last child of our last span child of our button element. Okay, so I will use the last child pseudo class, and I want the height to be 100%. For the thickness I will give it a width, and the thickness is of 2 pixel, and also let's position it. So the position of our left border is basically left 0 and bottom 0. So now since we have created our fake border, or you can say pseudo border, now we can remove our real border. Okay, so we can't really animate our real border as we want, so we are creating a fake border to get the required animation. So you can see our fake border is looking exactly like the real border. So let's animate our fake border. But before start animating our border, let's try to reduce the number of lines of code. So basically we are repeating some lines of code. As you can see, we have width of 100% and height of 2 pixel in the first child also, and in the third child also. Similarly, we have height of 100% and width of 2 pixel in second child also, and in the fourth child also. Okay, so we will follow the dry principle, that is don't repeat yourself. So let's see what we can do to make our code more better. Okay, so what I will do is basically we have some similar stylings in first and third child. Okay, so I will select them together. So let's see how can we select our first and third child together. Okay, so what I will do is basically I will write nth child, and in nth child I will pass odd. Okay, so since 1 and 3 are odd numbers, okay, so odd numbers are basically 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. So 1 and 3 are also odd numbers. This selector will basically select the span elements that are at odd places. So it will select the first and third span elements. Okay, and that is what we want. So let's write the similar styles that we have in both first and third child. So we have width 100% in both of them. So you can see we have width 100% in both of them. So let's write that here. So we will write width 100%, and also height of 2 pixel is common in both of them. So let's write height of 2 pixel in both of them. Okay, now we can remove those two lines from the first child and third child, and you can see we haven't broke anything, all thing is working fine. Now let's do the same thing for our second and fourth child. You can see height 100% is common in both of them, width of 2 pixel is common in both of them. So let's also write a selector for both of them. So this time I will pass even to the nth child selector, since 2 and 4 are even numbers. So even numbers are like 2, 4, 8, 10, 12 and so on. So this selector will basically select the span childs that are at even places. Okay, so this will select second and fourth span elements. So let's write the common properties. So we have height of 100% in both of them. Okay, so you can see, so let's write height of 100%. So I will write height of 100%, and we also have width of 2 pixel in both of them. So I will write width of 2 pixel. Now let's remove those two lines from the second child and fourth child. So I will remove them from here and also from here. So you can see all things are working completely fine. And now let's move on to the animation. So for the animation, what we want to do is basically we will animate the width of our first and third child, and we will animate the height of our second and fourth child. Okay, so let's make it 0 initially, and we will make it 100% when we will hover our button element. Okay, so let's quickly do that. So when we will hover our button element, I want the first and third child to get a 100% width. So I will target them both using the nth child selector, the same that we have here. So I will copy and paste it, and we want the width to be 100% when we will hover on our button element. Okay, so you can see when I am hovering the button, the width is getting 100%. And let's also do the same for our second and fourth child, but in second and fourth child I want the height to be 100%. Okay, so I will write even here, and I want the height to be 100%. Okay, so now let's check. I will also, let's first make the height 0 at initial. So now when I will hover on the button, you can see the first and third child is getting width of 100%, and second and fourth child is getting height of 100%. But the effect is so sudden that you can't really see what is happening. Okay, so let's give transition to our all the elements. So I will write transition, and let's say we want transition on all the properties, and I want the transition duration to be 0.2 seconds. So now let's see what is happening when we will hover our button element.
So you can see, okay, so the first and third child is getting 100% width and second and fourth child is getting 100% height, and the effect is looking nice, but it is not complete yet. What we have to do, we have to give it a final touch, that is to basically delay the transition of all the elements. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to start the animation of the second child when the animation of our first child is finished. Okay, and we have to start the animation of our third child when the animation of our second child is finished, and similarly we want to start the animation of our fourth child when the animation of our third child is finished. Okay, so we have to basically add transition delays to each of our span elements. Okay, so let's start giving the transition delay from second element. So we have to start the animation of our second span child when the animation of our first span child gets finished. Okay, so you can see the transition duration is 0.2 second. Okay, so our first span child will take 0.2 second to finish its animation, or you can say transition. So we will add a transition delay. We will add a transition delay of 0.2 seconds in the second span child. Okay, so now you can see when our first child's animation is getting finished, then only our second child's animation is getting started. Okay, so see clearly, and similarly we have to do it in the third child. So we have to start the animation of our third child when the second child animation gets finished. Okay, so we have a transition delay of 0.2 second on our second child. So the animation of our second child will get start after 0.2 seconds and it will run for 0.2 seconds. Okay, so the total is 0.2 seconds plus 0.2 seconds. Okay, so we will add a transition delay of 0.4 seconds. Okay, so basically the second span child will start after 0.2 seconds since we gave it a transition delay, and it will run for the time of 0.2 seconds since it's the transition duration. Okay, so we have to delay the transition of our third child by 0.4 seconds, and similarly we have to do it for the fourth child. We have to start the animation of our fourth child when the animation of our third child gets finished. Okay, so our third child will start its animation after 0.4 seconds and the transition duration will be 0.2 seconds, as you can see. So the total transition delay for the fourth child will be 0.4 plus 0.2, that is 0.6. Okay, so you have to understand this point when we have to start the animation of our elements. Okay, so if you are unable to understand, just go back in the video and watch it again, and I bet you will surely understand the point that I want to explain. Okay, so now we are done. Now let's see what happens when we hover on our button element, and there it is. You can see how cool it's looking. So let's do it again. You can see it is looking so much cool, and also you can see first our first span child is completing its animation, and then right after it our second span child is completing its animation, and again right after our second child the third span child is starting its animation, and when the animation of our third child is getting finished, the animation of our fourth child begins. So it is resulting in this cool animation, as you can see. So this was it guys. Look how easy it was to create this awesome border animation. I will provide the source code link in the description, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and understood every step. But still, if you have any doubts related to any step, you can feel free to comment down below. I will keep uploading awesome tutorials like this, so make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Also, don't forget to check out about Newton School, The link to their website is in description, and I will see you guys in the next video.